All praises, all praises, all praises to the heavenly power of creation, infinity, eternity, the universe, the earth, the stars, the oceans, the mountains, the seas, all creeping things, humanity, and all there is. This is Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit. Happy Holy Sabbath, family. How are you? I know you are well. We are blessed once again with the breath and gift of life. I am here. I hope you are there and you here. We are together. My hugs and firm handshakes to you, family. To the scattered tribes of the house of Israel, I love you wherever you may be on this planet. I pray for your care and safety and security and peace and harmony as we endure our captivities. And to my brothers and sisters of the world who consider themselves melanated and Moors, people of color, colored, and copper colored, the sojourners and sovereigns, the aboriginals and natives, the Afro-African Americans and blacks, the natives, Negroes and niggas, the descendants of slaves, and those conquered and colonized. Family, we are here. It is the holy Sabbath day, and we are back to get the wisdoms and the power and the fire and the heat of the word of the holy power creator of all. All praises, all praises. The den at Revelations.Unveiled. Detroit is prepared. The fireplace is blazing. Come in, take off of your coats, remove your shoes, file into the den and find your area. Sit down. Release the carnal skulls to expose the cranial universe. Release the spirit from your chest cavity. Grab the hands of your neighbor. Let us become still. Let us become quiet. Let us prepare for the words of the heavenly construction. And as we began, we outline our standard for this station, for this channel, for this home, for this message over in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For this is how we are to understand the holy word, the holy Bible, the holy history of us. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. And our second fortifying standard in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 8, in reference to the Holy Messiah, the word of the holy power made flesh, the Redeemer, the Savior, the King of Israel, whom the world refers to as Jesus Christ, the same yesterday and today and forever. Yes, family, that is our sword and our shield and our artillery of armor as we face any scorners, any scoffers, any alternative thinkers, philosophies, theologies, religions. If they cannot step up to the standard, we dare not entertain their folly and vanity. Oh, yes, we will get it right. It will be done. And we are beginning this holy Sabbath wisdom series, week number 6 in the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 8. We are going to listen to the accomplishments of Holy Brother Prophet King Solomon, King of Israel, son of King David. All right, so we will see what this exploit entails. We will listen to the acts and the actions of the wisest and richest king of them all. And we begin. 2 Chronicles, chapter 8, verse 1. And it came to pass at the end of 20 years, wherein Solomon had built the house of the Lord and his own house, that the cities which Hiram had restored to Solomon, Solomon built them and caused the children of Israel to dwell there. And Solomon went to Hamath-Asbah and prevailed against it. And he built Tadmor in the wilderness and all the store cities which he built in Hamath. And he built Beth-horon the upper and Beth-horon the nether, fenced cities with walls, gates, and bars, and Baalath, and all the store cities that Solomon had, and all the chariot cities, and the cities of the horsemen, and all that Solomon desired to build in Jerusalem, and in Lebanon, and throughout all the land of his dominion. Verse 7. As for all the people that were left of the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, which were not of Israel, but of their children who were left after them in the land, whom the children of Israel consumed not, them did Solomon make to pay tribute until this day. But of the children of Israel did Solomon make no servants for his work, but they were men of war, and chief of his captains, and captains of his chariots and horsemen. And these were the chief of King Solomon's officers, even 250 that bear rule over the people. And Solomon brought up the daughter of Pharaoh out of the city of David unto the house that he had built for her. For he said, my wife shall not dwell in the house of David, king of Israel, because the places are holy, whereunto the ark of the Lord has come. Then Solomon offered burnt offerings unto the Lord, unto the altar of the Lord, which he had built before the porch. Verse 13, even after a certain rate every day, offering according to the commandment of Moses on the Sabbaths and on the new moons and on the solemn feasts, 3 times in the year, even in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles. And he appointed, according to the order of David his father, the courses of the priest to their service, and the Levites to their charges, to praise and minister before the priests, as the duty of every day required. The porters also by their courses at every gate. For so had David, the man of God, commanded. And they departed not from the commandment of the king unto the priests and Levites concerning any manner or concerning the treasures. Verse 16. Now all the work of Solomon was prepared unto the day of the foundation of the house of the Lord, and until it was finished. So the house of the Lord was perfected. All right, y'all. All right. We saw some power and organization and establishment in these verses. That was Brother King Solomon setting up cities and setting up armies and causing order amongst the other nations surrounding and within his dominion. All right, that was our brother. That was our uncle. That was our great-great-great-grandfather family. Let's be open to the acts of his spirit so that we can absorb that cosmic frequency of righteousness, law, and wisdom. All right, all praises. And now we will journey over. We will saunter. We will float, and we will partake of another set of verses from the Song of Solomon. And we continue to understand this lovely petition of the nation of Israel to the holy creator power of eternity. And we are in verse 6 of the Song of Solomon. Song of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 1. Whither is thy beloved gone, O you fairest among women? Whither is thy beloved turned aside, that we may seek him with you? My beloved is gone down into his garden, to the bed of spices, to feed in the gardens and to gather lilies. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. He feedeth among the lilies. You art beautiful, O my love, as Tisra, comely as Jerusalem, terrible as any army with banners. Turn away your eyes from me, for they have overcome me. Your hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Gilead. Your teeth are as a flock of sheep which go up from the washing, whereof everyone beareth twins, and there is not one barren among them. Verse 7. As a piece of a pomegranate are your temples within your locks. There are 80 queens and 80 concubines and virgins without number. My dove, my undefiled, is but one. She is the only one of her mother. She is the choice one of her that bare her. The daughters saw her and blessed her. Yeah, the queens and the concubines, and they praised her. Who is she that looketh forth as the morning, fair as the moon, clear as the sun, and terrible as an army with banners? I went down into the garden of nuts to see the fruits of the valley, and to see whether the vine flourished and the pomegranates budded, or ever I was aware. My soul made me like the chariots of Aminadab. Verse 13. Return, return, O Shulamite, return, return, that we may look upon you. What will you see in the Shulamite? As it were, All right, y'all. Once again, we love immersing ourselves within the lyrics, the harmonies, the peace of the song of Brother Solomon. All right. So on this holy Sabbath, you know how it goes, y'all. All right. So we were introduced. We had our little appetizer, cracking the necks, getting ourselves together. We are getting ready to put on the Ecclesiastes glasses. These are the glasses of wisdom, how we are to spiritually observe and process the carnal world. And we are in chapter 6 this week, of course, and we began. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 6, verse 1. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men. A man to whom God has given riches, wealth, and honor, so that he wanteth nothing for his soul, and all of that he desireth, yet God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but a stranger eats it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease. If a man beget 100 children and live many years, so that the days of his years be many, and his soul be not filled with good, and also that he have no burial, I say that an untimely birth is better than he. For he cometh in with vanity, and departeth in darkness, and his name shall be covered with darkness. Moreover, he has not seen the sun, nor known anything. This has more rest than the other. Yeah, though he live 1,000 years twice told, yet has he seen no good. Do not all go to one place? Verse 7, all the labor of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled. For what has the wise more than the fool? What has the poor that knoweth to walk before the living? Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. That which has been is named already, and it is known that it is man. Neither may he contend with him that is mightier than he. Seeing there be many things that increase vanity, what is man the better? Verse 12. For who knows what is good for man in this life? All the days of his vain life, which he spends as a shadow. For who can tell a man what shall be after him under the sun? Verse 12. For who knows what is good for man in this life? All the days of his vain life, which he spends as a shadow. For who can tell a man what shall be better after him under the sun? Once again, family, Ecclesiastes glasses. Every week after I read Ecclesiastes, I just feel so simple and just, what do I be thinking about walking around? I mean, just really, I want this and I need that. And, oh, I got to do this and I got to do that. And, it's just confusion, which is Babylon. That is why we're in Babylon. That is why we're blinded by Babylon. And that is why we put on our Ecclesiastes focals to move the smoke and ignorance of darkness and the confusion of Babylon away so we can truly see. All praises. All right. So, here we go again. We doing this show all in one drop today. Okay, we're going to take a breath. We're going to have 5 seconds of silence. All right, everybody look at each other. Everybody, let's stand up. Let's give each other a quick hug. Let's shake it off. Let's shake it off. Let's shake it off. Because we getting ready to go into Proverbs. And this is where people get their feelings hurt. This is where your face get all cracked up and messed up. I don't care. Take it to your closet and you tell it to the holy power creator of all and his holy word made flesh, the Messiah, the Redeemer, the Savior, and the King of Israel. I am not in y'all business. I am a reader. And we are in the book of Proverbs, chapter 6, verse 1. My son, if you be surety of your friend, if you have stricken your hand with a stranger, you art snared with the words of your mouth. You are taken with the words of your mouth. Do this now, my son, and deliver yourself when you are come into the hand of your friend. Go, humble yourself, and make sure your friend. Give no sleep to your eyes, nor slumber to your eyelids. Deliver yourself as a roe from the hand of the hunter, and as a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. Verse 7, which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you sleep, O sluggard? When will you arise out of your sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall your poverty come as one that travaileth, and your want as an armed man. A naughty person, a wicked man, walketh with a froward, hateful mouth. He winketh with his eyes. He speaks with his feet. He teaches with his fingers. Verse 14, frowardness, hatefulness is in his heart. He devises mischief continually. He sows discord. Therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. These 6 things does the Lord hate. Yeah, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked imaginations, feet that be swift in running to mischief, a false witness that speaks lies, and he that sows discord among brothers. My son, keep your father's commandment and forsake not the law of your mother. Bind them continually. Verse 21, bind them continually upon your heart and tie them about your neck. When you go, it shall lead you. When you sleep, it shall keep you. And when you awake, it shall talk with you. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs and instruction are the way of life. Verse 24. To keep you from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in your heart, neither let her take you with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned? Can one go up onto hot coals and his feet not be burned? So he that goes into his neighbor's wife, whosoever touches her shall not be innocent. Men, do not despise a thief. if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house. Verse 32. But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacks understanding. He that does it destroys his own soul. A wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. For jealousy is the rage of a man. Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance. Verse 35. He will not regard any ransom, neither will he rest content, though you givest many gifts. Boy, that was 35 verses of some spears on you into that open spirit, into that open cranial universe. Man, I don't know. Okay, I'm wobbling a little bit. I'm wobbling. I'm gonna get it together. Let me straighten up. Let me get a call. Oh my goodness. Let me sip on a little water here. Let me tighten up the mouth. I be blowing out my vocal cords, y'all. I just be blowing it out. I don't care. I am here to speak these words. Woo. Man, that Proverbs. Woo. Yeah, okay. Every week, go to the channel, hit the Sabbath Wisdom series playlist, and let it run. We are going to be right. We are going to get it together. And now we are in the book of the Wisdom of Solomon, of the apocryphal text, chapter 6, verse 1. Hear, therefore, O you kings, and understand. Learn, you that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, you that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works and search out your counsels? Because being ministers of his kingdom, you have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of God. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment be to them that be in high places. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty man shall be mightily tormented. Verse 7. For he which is Lord over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. For he has made the small and the great, and cares for all alike. But a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. Unto you, therefore, O kings, do I speak, that you may learn wisdom and not fall away. For they that keep holiness holily shall be judged holy, and they that have learned such things shall find what to answer. Wherefore set your affection upon my words, desire them, and you shall be instructed. Wisdom is glorious and never fades away. Yeah, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. She prevents them that desire her, in making herself first known unto them. Verse 14. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watches for her shall quickly be without care. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, shows herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meets them in every thought. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption makes us near unto God. Therefore, desire the wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. Verse 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom brings to a kingdom. If you delight, be then in thrones and scepters, O you kings of the people. Honor wisdom, that you may reign forevermore. As for wisdom, what she is and how she came up, I will tell you, and will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek her out from the beginning of her nativity, and bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. 25, verse 25. Receive therefore instruction through my words, and it shall do you good. And people of authority, get yourselves over to the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 and read that and know that and do that. Your authority was given by the most holy power creator, and you are under divine rules of that position. Get yourself together and make sure the people you are shepherding are together and in order. You think it was you. It was not you. All praises. All praises. And so, family, we do these presentations, or these presentations are submitted to the house of Israel and to the brothers and sisters of the world because of that everlasting principle. Our standard as we close down, or we begin to depart into the world to continue our rest and our reverence and our honor as we exude the spiritual appreciations of the holy power of infinity. on this, his Sabbath holy day. Because in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6 through 9, this is what it is. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verses 6 through 9. For you are a holy people unto the Lord your God. The Lord your God has chosen us to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon us, nor choose us, because we were more in number than any people. For we were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved us, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn to our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, has the Lord brought us out with a mighty hand and redeemed us out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. Know therefore that the Lord our God, he is God, the faithful God, which keep covenant with us and mercy with us of us that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. Yes, family, that is us. And we will return to the covenant. We will do the laws of the construction of the universe. We will walk in the wisdoms in our carnal existence. That is how we define and refine our walks on the path of righteousness by the example given to us by the Holy Messiah, the Word of the Holy Power made flesh, the Redeemer, the Savior, the King of Israel. That word, that same word written on stone by the Holy Power Creator's own finger and given to brother prophet Moses to present to the church, the congregation, the nation of Israel, as a holy covenant to observe and to do, so that we may be deemed worthy to enter into the 12 gates of the kingdom of heaven on earth. Let it be done. So be it. All right, family. All praises, all praises, all praises. And again, I submit for your care in prayer for your safety and security as you sojourn upon this planet. I pray for our peace and harmony as we endure captivity. I pray for perpetual perseverance so that we may overcome and be ready for the arrival of our King. All praises. I love you, family. I love you. You I love. I love you. Until we are together again, this is Revelations.Unveiled.Detroit. Happy Holy Sabbath. And to the scattered tribes, here is your promise of comfort. Book of John, chapter 3, verses 14 through 17, into Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 17. And as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Verse 17, for God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. You shall not be ashamed nor confounded. World without end.